the chat in YouTube. There are 15 people waiting there.
Okay, one moment.
Mm-hmm.
The link is gonna change. Probably. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so then you can share the link, the new link, and I'll share it into bot. No worries.
Okay, so I will send this link to the chat.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great.
Not so great because I shared the link in the chat, but it's not clickable in the chat and YouTube.
But it's clickable in Telegram bot. You can send information that the clickable link is in Telegram bot. They have.
Okay.
Can you share the link in our chat now?
In which chat?
Mm-hmm. Gracias. I think it works. It works from my phone. Mm-hmm. I see it.
Yeah, and don't see the chat. But it's fine.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing that we can do is start in this setup. Apologizes for all these technical issues. I think we sent actual link to all sources, did we? Just LinkedIn maybe?
Yeah.
But do you see any participants joining the meeting room or not? How it works?
A new link doesn't consist of participants. Looks like a video of like a live stream.
I see that it
Fat.
tells 16 views.
Where are we? Блин. Сейчас. Yeah, I see that there are Yeah, I see chat here in our stream. Yeah, here. The updated link. Do you see the chat?
Yeah, the new link works. Did you send it to Telegram bot? Not yet.
Yeah, I've sent. Now everything should work. Finally. Yeah. Now it should work.
Yes, I think so.
So we can finally start. So many apologizes. So I think do you see my screen? Yeah, great. So we can probably wait 1-2 minutes. So 1-2 additional minutes. And first of all, I would like to apologize for the delay for those who finally came to us. That is the first time we stream with YouTube. Normally, I did it using Telegram, and when we tested the connection between Zoom account and YouTube, everything went well. But when you plan something in advance, some streams on YouTube, then it seems to be that maybe due to some interface issues, it's almost impossible to launch it. Maybe I didn't notice how to do this, but in this drop down, I didn't see the plan. I didn't see the planned meetup, so that's why we were struggling for some time with that. So I think we can start smoothly. So I see that other participants are coming. So I'll start. So just to have to spare some time for us and to focus more on case study itself. So plan for this meeting is the following, as you see. First of all, we start with some short introduction. Then we continue with case study. And part of introduction is going to be some short explanation what does product sense questions mean, and what are the criteria for these product sense questions. Then we continue with mentor feedback, and we wrap up our session today with Q&A. So you can ask some questions and get some answers from Olga. Olga will introduce herself shortly. So you will get an understanding how experienced she is, and especially in product sense, not only product sense, but and questions for product managers. So let's start with introduction. I'll start with my introduction. So my name is Christina. Some of you may know me personally. I'm a founder of Product Games Case Club. Case Club exists since 2021, so it's quite a long story already. And recently we started a new direction for us. This is full course of preparation for product managers, mostly for European market, which covers all the aspects that needs to be that any product manager who is seeking a new opportunity, job opportunity, needs to know. From my personal experience, I'm a product manager, and I'm in profession for more than already for more than 7 years, and my focus mostly on mobile applications from my previous experience, and I really love working with them. So then briefly, maybe I can show you some our product manager interview preparation, because we are quite honored with what we have. So this is a very comprehensive program. It includes all the aspects, all the type of questions that any product manager should know. These are product sense questions, technical questions, behavioral, and so on. And also we included some career block. This is high-level overview of what you need to know when you want to land a job in European market, and mostly in European market. So probably you can see everything by yourself in the Explorer, but we have several options, so you can just watch a video by yourself, or you can have a very short course with a video plus live sessions with Olga, and also peer-to-peer sessions, which are quite important when you want to be really pro in such questions, because in these questions practice means a lot, not say everything, so you have a chance to do this also. So I think you can, if you have interest, you can go through this topic by yourself. And I think the most important part, I would like to give a word to Olga, and then she can have a short introduction of herself, and also give us an overview what does product sense questions mean, and what are the criteria that is important to know when you want to successfully pass this type of questions during the interview. So, Oля.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a warm introduction, Christina. Yeah, so hi everybody, my name is Olga. I've been living in Dublin for 3 years already, originally from Russia. And today we're going to talk about product sense interview. I think I'm quite experienced in passing interviews. I had a lot, I had plenty in big companies, small companies, and like I found out that all interviews like basically like split it for different types, like product sense, product execution, which is most common types. Also it can be technical, and of course behavioral. Behavioral is most common type, but product sense and product execution interview is most common case types of interview, and that's why it's most difficult, because we need special way of preparation. So we're going to discuss it today. Yeah, so talking about myself, I've been working as a product manager more than 6 years in different domains. I used to work at Yandex Images. It's a Russian images search engine, and very nice company. Last year, I've been contributing to AI startups in European market, and today was my first day in the new job. I just recently landed a job in US market, which I'm very happy about. I will share with you which company in 3 months after my probation period. Yep. So let me explain the rule of the game today. So Nadine, she will introduce herself shortly. She doesn't know what's the topic or what's the question, but she knows about the company. I made it because to get her time to get some context. Sometimes it's kind of common to give you time for preparation, so it's fine. For example, on my company, which I started, I had product sense interview, and they gave me the topic like in 2 days. so I had time to prepare. So I think it's quite fair. And for us, it will save some time for brainstorming moments. But she doesn't know what is this question exactly, so it will be a surprise for her. Today I prepared the task and criteria for middle product manager. So they think like more senior position, more broad and abstract criteria we have, more connection with product strategy and high level helicopter view we require. But for middle product manager, I will not tell you about criteria now. It will be a secret for Nadine. But generally speaking, for middle product manager role, we expect you to know how to do product discovery well. So you need to have solid knowledge about your user empathy, product discovery, about frameworks of prioritization. This is generally speaking criteria for middle product manager for any company, I believe. Yeah, so the thing is, Christina will share my document, and during the interview, I will fulfill my criteria. Nadine will not see it. We agreed that she will not look. It will be a surprise for her as well. And in the end, we will discuss how she passed by this criteria and by general feeling. Yeah, so that's pretty much that I wanted to say. Nadine, please tell us about yourself. A couple of words to introduce yourself.
Thanks, Oля, Christina, for this introduction, brief introduction. First of all, congrats on your job. You did it, you nailed it, I knew it. Yeah, and what about myself? I'm Nadia, currently living in Buenos Aires with my family, and I'm a product manager, I think with up to date about 4 years. Yeah, if we summarize it with my finance experience. And I'm leading and driving this A/B testing, experimentation, and revolves around this onboarding process for newcomers, for those who just testing waters with the product. So my main matrix that I'm in charge of is the conversion to the first purchase and activation. So I'm open to a new job and to relocate. So and actually I've been a participant of this case club for I don't know, for 1 year or more, and I really like the experience of it. So I really get this picture how it works inside out. I mean that I was not quite familiar with the structure for the product sense interview. And what I really like about this product games club, that sometimes we're touching some I don't know, kind of issue that I've never came across during my job experience. That's what I really like.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your introduction. So, shall we start? Just one last moment about time constraints. So 35 minutes, this is very realistic time for the real life interview, and this is the maximum that you have. Once 35 minutes left, we don't have any time. So like I will need to cut you off and to say, okay, that's all. So your goal is to finish it in 35 minutes and maybe even provide me opportunity to ask you some extra questions. So be aware of this time. Ideal timing is to fit it in 25 minutes. In this case, I will have time to ask you some questions, so don't worry. So this is our time constraint, 25 to 35 minutes, right? Okay, since now, Nadine, please don't look at the screen. Christina, please share the screen. And the question today is, how would you improve the onboarding process in ChatGPT? This is your task, Nadine.
Oh.
Do you understand it? How do you find it?
So yeah, I have some clarifying question before we started off. What does mean this onboarding process from your perspective here? Is it like for newcomers, Like, should I take in mind like a specific segment here, or I don't know, or I'm free to choose here?
Thank you for asking this. Regarding the segment, you are free to choose or like just justify what you're choosing. And regarding your first question, what is the onboarding process? Like, I prefer you to define, and I will correct if I have the different vision.
Yeah, I asked it before, as you know, we have some kind of disillusion in my company when we talk about onboarding process. Some people, they think that it starts from the beginning when we upload application, download application, and we set it up for our habits and needs. Then, like, it cut off the onboarding process. Then this starts like a new stage, like activation. So just to elaborate, whether we talk about like a specific area of the of this kind of stage, or it's like starting from the touching the point, like the first, yeah, and ending up with this, I don't know, completing the task.
Yeah, you are free to choose whatever you want if you justify your choice. Yes, but thank you for this clarification again.
And also another one about any constraints that I should take in mind. Are there any? I'm free here also to explore.
Uh, Good question. So let's imagine that you're a new product manager in ChatGPT. So we gave you this important task for our company. You have a full product team, full cycle. So front end, back end, machine learning, design, whatever you want, but like something considerable size and considerable resources. And let's say you have half year to implement your ideas. Sounds good?
I see it, yeah. Another one, last one.
Okay.
Since we're playing it by ear, I was not prepared. It just came up to my mind why we should improve onboarding process. Whether we, I don't know, notice any kind of friction, or we just, I don't know, see on dashboard that we are losing users at the specific stage, or why we should improve it.
No, let's say our founder decided that it's important part of the business. We never thought about this thoroughly, so like this year, chance to bright.
I see, I see. Okay, let me put it in this structure. Yeah, how should I approach this question? First of all, I would like to talk about the product itself, just to take all people, all participants in the picture, and just to be sure that we're on the same page here. What the product itself, yeah, how it serves for people, what, I don't know, what needs it close for people. Then I want to move to mission of the product. Yeah, as I know that for Western companies, the big one like Funk, yeah, it's quite an essential thing, and all the features, all the new products, we should always tie close to the mission. So just keep it in mind. Monetization, yeah, how it build up around this finance thing, how they earn money, and then I will go smoothly to the goal. Yeah, why we should improve, just from my assumption, as you said, that it's up to me. Then I wanna segment people, like what are the main. Sorry. A bit nervous. What are the main users we have here? What are their pain points? Then I want to prioritize them based on my framework that I use. And then maybe, if we have time, I think that we are running out of time right now, I want to offer some potential solution here. Yeah. So.
Yeah, amazing. Sounds good. Yeah, just be aware about time. So yeah, I want you to focus on discovery part, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just to put it in a nutshell and to get everybody in one picture, what is ChatGPT? Yeah, for me, in my words, I would say that it's like kind of conversational AI tool. Yeah, that people use just to make different type of people. I mean that individuals, companies, solo entrepreneurs, small medium businesses for their needs. And the mission itself is all about, I think it revolves around the idea to make people's life easier. And I think it's somehow aligned with the human concept and idea to be more productive, to be more creative, especially these days, as we see that most, like the overwhelming majority of tasks we can automate here, yeah, with this AI products. And what I really like from my experience about ChatGPT, and from my experience, it stands out from Google search, for instance. I like the format of dialogue. I see that we can have kind of conversation with this tool, and it helps me a lot with my daily task. So just to follow up,
Amazing. We
it's
are on
okay?
the same page. What is this product? Yes. Thank you
Okay.
for clarifying this. Yeah.
Yeah, and about monetization, I think that it's quite essential also to mention, as we wanted to keep in mind, following the whole conversation here, yeah, how they earn money, how they make money. As far as I know, they have different types of plans, yeah. Here, like there's a freemium, so you can like random. I think that. Just like people with random requests use it on everyday basis. They're quite okay and reluctant about that limitation of the tools that it implies, this freemium. But for those who want to use like advanced tools of ChatGPT, they have like a premium, I'm not sure, or like freemium plus, something like basic plus. Plan, they charge for it like a certain amount of fee, and as far as I know, like there's a plan for solopreneurs and small medium businesses. I'm not sure about the wide range of tools that are available within this plan, but I'm pretty sure that it somehow covered the whole needs that they have during using this ChatGPT. I believe that there's kind of integration with Microsoft Office or something, but I'm not quite familiar, I'm not sure. Maybe
It's
there's
not very
like...
important here. I mean, like in
Okay,
our
we
case.
can skip it.
Yeah, let's skip this part. Yeah, I understood about the monetization. Yeah.
So yeah, and then we slightly but surely moving to the goal. Yeah. So as you said that I'm free and have free reign about thinking about this onboarding process, why we want to improve it. I think that we somehow notice that this is like the most important part. Like from my experience, I also say that this is how people touch and the product and realize whether it's something that can close their needs or not, something where they can find solution to their problem or not. Yeah, and with all these aha moments and all the things. And I think that onboarding is quite essential. And from my perspective, it starts from the point when people open, I don't know, ChatGPT, yeah, and they just typing some kind of request, and they coming back to back to the product, as it's tied to the North Star metric here. I think that it's like daily active users, yeah, for ChatGPT, and it's quite essential to keep them coming back to the product, not just because they can't find the solution to their problems, just because they're kind of appeal to the approach and the tools that they have within this plan that they have. So I would say that onboarding for me starts from the beginning till the moment we see that the person is involved user,
Okay.
that he's coming back.
Okay.
And yeah, then maybe I would like to go straight to this segmentation. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get. So what is the goal? You said you wanted to define the goal. Did I get?
I think that when we talk about, yeah, looks like a little bit misleading. When we talk about onboarding, I think that we should keep in mind that we want to increase the number of daily active users that are coming back.
Is it
But
always the goal of onboarding, or it can be different?
not always the goal. That's the reason why I'm asking that whether we should divide I don't know, users by their behavior,
Yeah,
or should
I
we?
just want you to have some assumption, like you're free to make some assumption, but I want to hear from you like how we defining the goals in general, like because someone told us to do something, or because we are product managers and we have some tools
Yeah, yeah.
behind it.
It depends, yeah. But I prefer this approach that we start digging like for any data, yeah, with the analyst, yeah, and just realize whether we see that we are losing users at the specific stage. Yeah, like okay, we see that I know the overwhelming majority of newcomers, they just open this website, yeah. Especially we need to understand whether it's mobile phone or whether we talking about this desktop version, yeah. So starting with this thing, then I want to move to the behavior, how people they use ChatGPT here, whether they just I don't know looking out for kind of recipe, yeah. This is like a special segment people, and maybe they just dropping off and dropping out because I don't know, they see that okay, I done it and I'm okay, I'm quite satisfied with the answer, and they coming back I don't know in several weeks just because they toying with this tool, they're not using it on everyday basis.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha. So like we need to get some types of research to define the goal. This is what you're saying. Okay, that's Grant. Let's move on. Thank you.
Yeah, and in terms of segmentation, yeah, I think that we can single out several of them, like the most, I don't know, the most significant here. And the first one that came up to my mind is like so-called white collars, like product managers, I don't know, like marketing specialists. I think that they made up a big slice of this pie here in terms of total addressable market, yeah. And the frequency of the usage might be quite high here. So I would
Sorry,
definitely put.
which segment are you talking about?
I would call them, I don't know, like a white collar workers. Like they use it on everyday base, yeah. And I don't know, they're looking for any specific information, like, I don't know, drafting emails, like user case, yeah, that they most likely to use ChatGPT. I don't know, drafting emails, I said, yeah, summarizing any ideas, brainstorming ideas. And I believe that they made up a big slice of this pie of the all users, ChatGPT here. I don't know, should I follow the next stage here or how?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Should I don't know how many should users, how many segments should I mention here? 3, 4, how do you think?
just types of segmentations that you think make sense for
Mhm.
for our task.
Okay. Given that ChatGPT helps people to tackle different types of tasks, yeah, I don't know, starting from drafting emails, ending up with no, I don't know, installation of chatbots, yeah, for which is quite applicable for small medium businesses, for solopreneurs. I would segment in this way. So, like white collars people, yeah, like I said, product managers, marketing specialists, analysts, yeah, people. Then I would say there should be developers, but I'm not quite familiar what exactly they do. I would say that maybe ChatGPT with the extended version, yeah, plan can help them to write a code. To write a code, maybe they somehow can debug any they finding bugs in the system with ChatGPT. I think that it somehow helps with this API connection. So I'm not sure whether it's quite a big part of this pie, but I think that it's a significant part here.
Okay, so let me interrupt you here. I think let's think about segments that really matters regarding the onboarding. And I think we need to pick up some segment and move on because of lack of time.
I see. Okay, so I would say the first one should be this white collar, yeah, workers. I said marketing specialists, product managers,
Okay, yeah.
Developers, and solopreneurs.
Okay.
Solopreneurs, maybe solopreneurs user case, the most applicable might be like, I don't know, generating content, for instance. Like just recently, some girls here, they came up to me asking to help them, give a help with this chatbot. Because they wanted to take over some process and automate them. So that's maybe three segments that I would take in mind when we talk about improving onboarding process.
Okay, and which segment would you pick up?
It depends. The framework that I would use here, I think that three criteria I would take in mind here, like total addressable market, yeah, how many people we see in this slice of this pie that are involved in the process. The second criteria should be frequency, and it's kind of tied with this North Star metric. I have on my mind. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong here. But from my perspective, ChatGPT North Star metric is daily active users that are coming back to the product, like 3-5 times a week, let's say. And another criteria, I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong, please correct me here. I listened it from the one interview recently. It's spend, they call it spend. And it somehow correlates with the willingness people to pay for the product. Because some people, they just toying with the product and they quite okay with freemium version. I'm not looking for any extended.
I got your idea. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Do you
We're
have
running.
some other criteria in framework?
What, sorry?
Do you have some other criteria in this framework?
I would say 3 of them.
Okay, so based on this, like using your product intuition, which one would you pick up here?
I would do some calculations, but I'm not sure we are running out of time. I would say that I would put like for each segment the number from 1 to 5, and the 5 is the highest one, yeah. Then I would multiple all of them, and they should be relative. Like I always compare, like, okay, am I correct here? Like those product managers, yeah, they are more likely to pay for premium plus, yeah, version, or not. Or I was talking about this premium version, and it's more applicable for developers, for instance, as they are like using these tools, which can be only available for the extended version. And the score, the highest one, will give me an idea and a hint who is the most, I don't know, valuable segment for us here.
Okay, but using your, like, we don't have this data now, right? But if you
Yep.
need to use your product intuition, which segment would you choose? How do you feel intuitively, which is the best here?
By the frequency and by the number of users, I believe it might be this product manager and marketing. So called we call it, like, I would put it in this way: white collar workers.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we can rename it. It's up to
No,
you.
that's fine. Yeah. Let's pick up it as an assumption and move on regarding the time.
Yeah, but I think that's important to mention that we should always pick up this segment using the framework. And framework is based on great criteria, and it depends. I don't know, because I listen to many interviews, and it varies from I don't know, from their experience somehow. But I really like this criteria about spend, whether the segment is willing to spend the money for the product or not. Because many people, they're okay with this limited version, and we just wouldn't make any money on this segment here. Okay, about pain points, yeah? About the pain points, following the structure that we have in mind. Since we picked up this white collar workers, I think that's one of the pain points that they might come across, yeah, during using this ChatGPT might be, I don't know, maybe it's my experience, but I don't like that this, when you type something and you get the answer, yeah, it sounds a little bit like genetic answer. So you see that it kind of very not quite emotional, and you just, with the naked eye, you can say that, oh, it's ChatGPT, and only several people, they really care about editing, about making it sound more emotional, but it takes time also. It can be time-consuming thing. So I think that it might be a pain point. Another one I really don't like, but it's for freemium version works. It's a lack of this long-term memory. This is from my experience. When I type, long-term memory, when you type like a request saying that, oh, can you give me a hand, I don't know, with a kind of recipe, I'm looking for my baby and she has an allergy, and I don't know, past some days, yeah, and I just came back, I don't know, to revive this conversation, and I see that it just disappeared somehow. So I don't like it. I want to just follow the thread, but it vanished in the face here. What else? Maybe the another one pain point might be, I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe it's more relevant for solopreneurs and for enterprises. But I think that some product managers and analysts that inputting their data in the ChatGPT might have these concerns about this data leakage. And they don't know whether they can place these numbers, whether it's quite safe thing to do or not. So This is maybe the fourth or the third, I forgot.
The third, sorry, what's the concern again?
The concern that when, for instance, an analyst, yeah, I don't know, he's trying to summarize the numbers or data, and he might have these fears about data leakage, that it might get to someone, I don't know, because of the privacy.
Okay, gotcha. Privacy of the data. So like basically, yeah. So basically you named like three things, not emotional response, premium long-term memory, and data privacy, right?
Yeah, should I make up another one?
Yeah. If you want.
Okay, why ask?
No, 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 if you want
Okay.
to.
I don't know, maybe, but I struggled with it only once. So I copy paste this Excel file, and I was trying to summarize data, and I found some bugs. I found some errors in the calculation, but I didn't. I was running out of time as always, and I said that okay, maybe I can trust it. But then I made a double check, and I found that it has something to do with this formatting. Maybe sorry, maybe it doesn't read Excel files in
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Okay, so like we have four, not emotional response, premium long-term memory, data privacy, and I called it errors in calculation. How would you prioritize these pain points?
My approach here is always looks this way. I really like this framework. Whether we see the frequency, how frequent people find this pain point. Is it like a bugging thing or just like a random? And okay, it just pops out and we forget about this. And another one criteria, I would say the frequency and how painful it is. Whether you see like you have this feeling that it bugs me, all the time. I don't know. And another one, the third one should be the frequency. Yeah, how many users are affected by these pain points here? Because okay, we said that we pick up this segment like white collar workers, but maybe with this user case of I don't know formatting, yeah, there are several cases, and they are not. It's not kind of popular thing that people can come to this chat GPT.
Okay. And based on this criteria, how do you feel which pain point is the most crucial?
How would I do if I had an access to dashboard
No,
or
like
analysis?
let's say no, I think you explained and like let's say you already have the access to all the data, so like I need your assumption right now, which pain point is the biggest one?
Okay, using this framework, the frequency, how many people are affected, yeah, the scale, the frequency, and another one I said, I forget, it's just
You
skip
said
out of my.
you said the source of data.
The source of data, yeah. I think that I don't know. Maybe this lack of long-term memory might be a very bugging thing that people, I don't know, they come across during using this chat GPT.
Okay, good. So I will not torture you with extra
Sorry,
questions.
this is what bugs me all the time. That's only from my experience.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we should
no,
always,
fine.
yeah, we should always turn our heads to the analysis and dashboard. We never judge and make any snap decision and this conclusion just saying, okay, it affects me, it affects everyone. No, it doesn't work this way.
Yeah, that's fine. So let's make it as an assumption that it's the top of mind, the biggest problem. So how would you resolve it?
It's a good question. Let's say that we can, when someone is typing this request in ChatGPT, maybe we can, I don't know, put this pop-up message saying that you want to save it for the next session, and so we can come back to this thread and continue. I'm not, as I'm ChatGPT and I'm so familiar with all your fears, yeah, and I wanna be your friend, assistant, efficient one, adding value to your life, da da da. So we can keep this thread for, I don't know, and then you can choose like for 6 days, 7 days, like, oh sorry, for a week, for 2 weeks, or for a month.
Okay, I got your idea. Do you have
And
others?
just, yeah, another one idea. Another one idea. Okay. Maybe with this long, with the short memory thing, we can collect some data saying that most people they come back to the product and they wanna continue with this thread and the topic, yeah. So we can offer them from the beginning to keep it. I don't know. Maybe saying
Automatically
that.
keep more data, is it?
Sorry?
Automatically memorize just more data. Is it the second solution?
Yes, but it has like another one side effect here because we are keeping this storage. It might be a little bit overwhelming, yeah.
Of course,
And
pros
yeah,
and yeah. So, sorry, we have lack of time. So let's say we have two solutions. How would you prioritize these two solutions? So first is to make a
well,
pop-up.
you're so quick today.
I know, but we
Okay,
have like we already almost finished our time. So,
okay, I see. Mm, my approach also about this solution, yeah, how I pick the solution, which is the best one, and
mhm.
I would say that it should be it should require less effort from our side, but adding more value, obviously.
Mhm.
So maybe it might be some kind of suggesting pop up saying that you want to save it for the next 6 days, for the next 2 weeks, or we can skip it and forget about this. I don't know. And I think that it's quite easier to implement. You can, I don't know, carry out this A/B testing and collect that data whether we have this effect on the newcomers here or not, whether they staying longer with the product, whether they coming back to the product, and see how they satisfied with this feature. I don't know. It was a quite quick one, I would say. I didn't have time to. I know how it works in real life, but yeah, it's not easy one. But I really like this question in boarding process. Yeah.
Okay. So, did I hear correctly that you would choose pop-up?
I don't like this answer, to be honest.
That's fine. It's just, I mean, like it just case resolving, not real life, and you have 2 weeks to discover. So I just want to hear your thoughts, how you approaching the problem. So like the fact that you don't like the idea, it's not important, honestly. For me, the most important how you got this idea. So I have a couple of questions. Uh, do you see, so you say you don't like, which is good because I wanted to ask you about metrics, success criteria. So how would you measure the success?
With this onboarding process, From
Mm-hmm.
my perspective, I see that we should always keep in mind this North Star metric, which I mentioned should be daily active users that are coming back to the product, yeah. But for newcomers, as I think that if we're building up this onboarding, it should be for newcomers. This is our target audience here. We should track whether they're coming back, and maybe time to value. How long they're staying with the product. Do we notice that they are dropping out in, like, I don't know, in 6 minutes, or whether we see that their session is being extended.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how would you, how would you measure this launching?
How would I measure what?
How would you launch this? Explain me how would you launch this new feature?
I see. So to see whether it has an effect or not, maybe A/B testing might be the easiest option. Bearing in mind that we just pick this solution based on the two criteria, yeah, spending less effort, involving less effort here, but adding more value.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that A/B testing is something, I don't know, it depends, it varies from the company, because in our company it's a quite easy thing to do. We just like this A/B testing, but for other companies it might be a quite time consuming and money consuming thing.
Mm-hmm. I believe ChatGPT can afford A/B test, so we
Obviously.
can. Just one more last question regarding the trade-off. Do you see any trade-offs here? You said you don't like this solution much, so do you see any risks and trade-offs?
It might be, yeah, I see that it might be somehow affected those newcomers, as they are not quite familiar with the product, yeah. And onboarding process is quite a sensitive thing, so they might be those who just testing waters with the product. They might have this fear of, I don't know what to do with this chat GPT, how it can help me with my thing, with my request here. So, and this pop ups everywhere, it might be kind of nagging thing, and they might close it saying that okay, I don't like it, I think that they're trying to sell me something. Because people, they don't read messages, they just want to just close it and skip it. Maybe might be so. We should, if we want to implement the thing, we should do it kind of seamlessly, or kind of in a way that wouldn't bug people too much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. And regarding trade-off, do you see any trade-off?
Yeah, this exit rate, whether we see that in our test group, whether we just implemented this pop-up, we noticed that people are exiting this ChatGPT product
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
earlier than we see in this control group.
It's a risk more, right? So, if they live in ChatGPT, we will not accept this test. So it's more risk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this North Star metric, as I said, I think that we should always keep an eye on these daily active users,
Mm-hmm.
especially for the newcomers. They are more sensitive. I know it from my product. Even if they make less revenue than active users, we still wanna make it process smoothly, this onboarding. So, and the idea that we convert these newcomers, new users, to active users.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So I think we finished. Thank you so much. It was tough. I really proud of you. And first of all, I wanted to say in the beginning, thank you so much for your courage to do it, because I know it's not
Yeah,
easy at all. It's one of the
yeah.
difficult types of the interview, and one of the biggest challenges, as I always say, it's time. Like you see how difficult it is, and you saw that like in the like half
Yeah,
happened, and I started to push you. I started to push
yeah.
you. You were like, "Oh my God, let me talk. I will not let." I have my
I think, yeah, I think that I stuck with this segmentation part, but it's a quite big thing, to think about. And I know even if you prepared somehow, but the question might have nothing to do with this segmentation. Okay, I have my in my mind. Okay, we have these white collars, we have developers, we have enterprises, but
yeah.
onboarding process for the newcomers, this is like a completely different type of behavior and
Yeah.
user case.
But this is interesting, honestly, because I felt, yeah, this is kind of controversial. So I felt that the first part was better than the second part. Probably again because of lack of time. Because for the first part, we had time,
Pressure.
everything. Yeah, to decrease the pressure. Yes, and like I started to interrupt you. That's why it is very important. Like, I mean, now you see, now you see how it happened because like I was nervous in terms of time because I know we have time and I have my criteria to fulfill. I need to ask you
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. So now you can look to the screen so I can explain the criteria from the beginning. I need to say
Mhm.
the beginning I fulfilled better than the end, but I will explain. So uh, let's say my overall thoughts about interview. I think that you did it good. Not perfect, but quite good because the main thing that you could express could show that you are thinking before doing something. So you're doing research before implementing something, and this is the most important for me. This is what I'm looking for the middle product manager position, the person who knows how to do discovery. So this is the most important, and I like that it was good. Like even though I understood everything, like you were repeating some things, like no, I will explain you. I will do a research. I need a table here. I'm like, okay, I know that I understood, but you're like, no, it should be a table, and this is good, because like you gave me this feeling that you're user centric, that you do your product discovery, that you will not go and do some feature just because I've told you, like make
Mhm.
this onboarding, and you will ask me, wait, why? And after you will go and check, like, are you sure that this is necessary? Are you sure that this is the biggest pain point? We need to make the table, the sheet. So this is the most important thing that you gave me. So by
Mhm.
this criteria, this is a success. And I think that by this criteria, you're better than most of candidates. So like it was good from this. So let's check the criteria overall. Let's say first product strategy and mission. Um, you mentioned the mission, it was good. You not the mission, but like overall ChatGPT things. The thing that I didn't hear, uh,
Mhm.
and I would like to hear that when we define in product goals, it should be connected with product strategy, which is fine because it's not the interview for senior position. But if it was for senior position, it would be like almost like I wouldn't be interested in the interview because like if senior manager doesn't tell me this, that he needs to connect the product strategy with the goals, it means that he doesn't know how they don't know how to define the goals. But for middle, it's fine. But it would be nice to mention anyway that all our goals defining depends on strategy,
But
product strategy.
Oля, I have a question here. Should I like ask, because I'm targeting for senior,
Mhm.
even if I'm not right now. Should I ask can I elaborate about the strategy? Because I'm not familiar with the strategy. It's kind of I don't
It's a
know,
secret.
disclosure.
Nobody
Yeah.
familiar because product strategy is a secret. Some
Mm-hmm.
companies, like big public companies, they publish product strategy, but not fully. So especially like nobody, let's say you're going to Google, they can publish their strategy, but you're going exactly to, let's say, Google Images. Nobody will publish exactly their product strategy. So you need to make an idea, have an idea. You need to make an assumption, and which is fine. So you're saying, I don't know what is the product strategy here. My assumption is that this is 1, 2, 3. Can we take it as an assumption, or you want me to correct? You want to correct me here? And if interviewer has an opinion, or especially if you have an interview like to company X, and this is the case about company X, they can correct you. Or they can say, okay, let's take this assumption. And after you say, okay, let's take one focus from the product strategy, from our assumption, and it should be connected to the goal. Did you get it?
I see, yeah, but I think that it might be a bit time consuming.
Yes.
Even from the beginning, like I want to say about the landscape, the competitors here, what trends we see, yeah, like we witness these days with this AI. I think
And
that it's,
basically, more senior position, more time you need to dedicate to this first.
I see, I see.
I mean, unfortunately, this is true. That's why your pace in the beginning was like too relaxed, too chilling, which is okay for the normal world. But for this type of interview, it should be like, like that's the thing that you need to practice a lot. Practice with yourself, with timer, and try to fit it in 25 minutes. If you fit it in 25 minutes with yourself, it will be fine with interviewer. So this is the first thing, especially if you're targeting for senior positions. Doesn't matter what kind of company, is it a big company, small company, you need to mention this. So goal defining. And okay, the next criteria, I really love that you said about onboarding, type of onboardings. It was very good that you explained what is ChatGPT. Maybe a bit long because it's kind of clear what is ChatGPT, but I like it, that part. It was amazing. Identifying goals, I put here 2 out of 5 because you forgot about the goal in the beginning. After I asked you, you made an assumption, but when I asked you, okay, but like why? So you said our goal is to increase number of users, like without justification. And when I started to why, I felt that okay, we're not having the point here, like your answers was like a bit broad. So we move.
No
And
specific.
yeah, your clarifying questions was good. Time constraints you asked, like you said, you asked about the onboarding. What kind of onboarding do you mean? And definition of onboarding. It was good. Yes, I really liked it. The thing that you named several times, it's about, I presume, North Star metric of ChatGPT. It was, I think it was in a bit of wrong place because okay, maybe this is about the taste only. I think several times you relied on in your justification on your assumption as a ChatGPT's North Star metric is DAO. Yeah, and I think for me it sounded like a bit not at that time, not in this moment. I want to hear this assumption about
Out
metric.
of the place. I see.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So because like when you doing some assumptions, first of all, it's good to say that it is an assumption, which you did, which is good. But I want to hear based on some types of research, like, or based on, let's say, North Star metric. It's not necessary exactly here to specify that my assumption here is that their North Star is down. Okay, so let's move on. About segmentation. Yeah, about segmentation. I would like to hear full segmentation, not only regarding the onboarding, honestly. Here, I would like to hear that you didn't forget about B2B. You kind of didn't forget in other places. You mentioned that they have this, like, not fully, but you kind of,
Enterprises, like small, medium businesses.
Yeah, but they have different types, even regarding monetization, right? So like they sell in the tokens and this kind of stuff. So this is completely different usage of ChatGPT. I think it's fair to recall about this type of users. But you mentioned it, but not talking about segments, you know? When you were talking about segments, you were talking about white collars, developers, solopreneurs, and for me, it's very narrow. I would say that
You mean not only by type.
um, yeah. So I think that from this segmentation, first of all, you're excluding a lot of people. Like for example, I don't know, students. It's a huge number of people who is.
I excluded students from the beginning. You know why? But I was thinking that they wouldn't make. Absolutely, I'm sure they wouldn't make this total accessible market. Yes, there's a part of them, but I think they make about 15% of the whole our ecosystem users.
Well, I'm not even sure that we need to split by like students, solopreneurs. I think this is super narrow because in this case, our segmentation would be like, I don't know, like 20 points, you know, different. I think here I would go like here it says like for example beginners, professionals, or something like this. Uh, by
By the level, by
and
the
by
level.
the level, and also like it's important regarding the we're talking about onboarding. So for onboarding, it's important are they experienced users or not. It's always good to mention that we can broad spread it for by usage. So occasional users, someone
The
who is
frequency. Yeah.
yes, yes, how often they use the product, you know, like this type of criteria. So I wanted, ideally in segmentation, I want from you to hear that you know different types of segmentations. It's not necessary to tell me right now, like, oh, but you can mention, oh, we can split by geography, demography, geography, etc. But let's focus on like how often do they use, how new they are in the product, and maybe by types, as you said, like profession, but I'm not sure this is too narrow. Okay, this is regarding the segment prioritization. You explained very well, but you are not very confident. And I think that you mentioned several times, a couple of times, that I was reading interview, I was listening to interviews, and they say that they use this kind of stuff. You know, it's fine. It's very good that you listen to interviews, but I was like, So her experience, her knowledge from about the privatization comes from interviews, not from experience. And for me, it's like, interesting because I'm hiring someone with experience,
I
right?
was trying to impress you, Oля.
Exactly.
because
Because
I'm doing my homework, you know. In our company, we have this RISE framework all the time. They just apply it to everywhere. Just RISE, RISE, RISE. So
no,
yeah.
it should be confident. I need to have impression. Sorry, I need to have impression that you are super experienced, that you know different frameworks, that you learn all the time because you're listening to podcasts. This is cool, but I don't want to have feeling that you heard about prioritization only from the interviews, you know. And I had this impression. That's why.
It's better to say that you use it in your yeah, work and
And
projects.
it also about the confidence. How do you speak? You know, like this is very important, right? Like the tone of voice, like your posture, how you're talking with me, you're talking like with the camera and all these gestures, you know, like this is important part. And like all this together made me impressed that you just heard. Don't know if it's true or not. You got it, right? Um,
Thank you.
yes. So, regarding the pain points, you did good. Honestly, you split it good, good pain points. But here you fell into the trap, which is the second most difficult trap of product sense interview. So first is time constraints. 100% of people falls into this, and this is like 80 or 90% of people falls. Um, this is difficult, but we need always to keep in mind our goal, what we want to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
And each step what we are doing should be connected with the previous step. So everything that we are doing here should be connected with the goal and segment. Ideally, pain points should be applicable only to that segment that you chose. But your pain points are applicable to everybody.
It should
And this is
be
the problem.
specifically tied.
Yes. Yes.
But why?
Why did you choose some segment if your pain points very broad? First of all, and
Um,
secondly, your goal. Remember, your goal was to improve the number of active users, uh, or something like
I
this.
see.
And I'm not sure that you chose segment by this, but it's fine. But here, pain points a bit more far away from this, and as a consequence, the solution far away from this. Even metrics were quite far away from this, from your goal. And this is
Mm-hmm.
the trap. I understand that this is the trap. So I am fine. As I mentioned in the beginning, we're talking about middle position. So I would be okay if the case solved good. But for senior position, I think it can be, I mean, for senior position, it is an issue because the senior, we're talking about goal defining, product strategy, and we're also talking about the metric success and everything, like this connection is very important, but it's very difficult part to keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, like, brainstorm creative solution, it was fine, honestly. I mean, like, it's not the perfect solutions, but for the problem that you chose, there are not too many options, and we had lack of time. I know that I was pushing you a lot, so it was amazing that you did it like in 5 seconds. You created these solutions even under this pressure. It was very good. The thing that I know that I didn't give you proper time to explain your logic, how you prioritizing. You named value and effort, which I've heard, which is for me is kind of fine. But here, of course, I would like ideally to hear from you that you know how to prioritize. This is very important part of any interview. Yeah, so this is the main criteria. Um, what next do you have? I didn't fulfill design thinking. I think overall it was quite good. And as I mentioned, you are doing you're showing your product discovery. So this is good. Like regarding this, I don't have anything to tell like, oh, it was bad or bad structure. The structure was very good as well. And regarding the metrics, Christine, can you move, please? Um, yeah. So regarding the metrics, relevant metrics, again, here is, I would like you to hear the metrics of success for this feature, first of all. And I don't think it should be North Star now because it's not sensitive. But after you started to name some high-level metrics that you would look, so I would put here 3 out of 5, the score, so which is okay, not perfect. For perfect, I would like to hear the target metric and some other, breakdown of metrics. Like we have high-level metrics, we have target metrics, we have pointer metrics, counter metrics, etc. And it's good that you highlighted the risk and acknowledged the downsides of the solution. You didn't explain the trade-off. I think it would be difficult to create the trade-off exactly for this kind of feature, to be honest. And let's be fair, the trade-off and edge cases criteria is more for senior position as well. I put it here for us just to pass through it, but it's not necessary an obligation. And regarding the communication and structure in general, I think it was good, but in the beginning, especially when I didn't push you, don't forget that this is an interview, so this is a dialogue. It means that, I mean, ideally, I want to not me interviewing you. I want you to lead the dialogue. It means
Mm-hmm.
that to ask questions back. At least, like, is it fine? Sounds good. Let's move on. So it should be your initiative. So I think that the beginning was not so dynamic. For probably for people who is watching this, it was not dynamic because like it wasn't an interview. So it wasn't a dialogue. So this is the third most popular problem which everybody has. So me too. I have all of three. Yeah, especially time. And yes, but I like that you provided the structure in the beginning. This is 1000 points because like it's very important. At least I knew that we are on the same page. You have plans similar to mine, and I found out from your plan, okay, you're not going to cover the trade-offs and risks and MVP rollout, something like this. So I will ask her. It was my plan initially. So because you provided it, it was much more clear for me. So that's pretty much that I wanted to say. Do you have extra questions regarding the feedback?
No, I think that yeah, it's clear now. Yeah, thank you for your feedback. We should cover this. We should take this case in our club.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel about the interview? How would you score yourself? How do you think? Did you pass well?
It was under pressure, so I wouldn't score. I think that it was okay, normal. But as you said, practice makes perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about practice all the time. But what I really like about my progress here, I think that now I know the structure, and it helps me a lot, not just to, I don't know, be stressful about, oh, what should I do? What should I do? So yeah, and this thing about the goal, yeah, I forgot it, and I forgot it many times when we practice together also. So yeah, I think that yeah, and tie the goal and the solution, segment, goal, solution all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like should link this ecosystem here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, practice makes perfect. The thing that I'm still struggling to get to the stage where I should, yeah, perform this interview.
That's fine. This is like when time comes, you'll be ready. This is the most important part. Yeah, that's
But
great.
what I really like also about my English, it's not getting rusty. I like my English.
Okay.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect fine.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for the explanations. So we are running out of time, but I didn't want to interrupt you because I think it's quite important. And as far as I noticed from our visitors, they sometimes connect and then disconnect, and new people are coming. So that's why I thought that it's pretty much important to cover all these criteria. And we have question sections. So we can start with the first question. So the first question, how often DAO is a North Star metric? I thought before that it's usually a business metric rather than a product value metric, which is North Star metric for me.
It's a very cool question. I think, generally speaking, not often. In this case, regarding ChatGPT, I'm not sure. I mean, again, it's a secret. What is their North Star metric? People say, and I think I've asked ChatGPT once, and their North Star metric, presumably something like the number of good qualified answers. So like not just the number of answers, but the answers which satisfy the user's point of view. I think that it makes sense for the app, for the product to use DAO as a North Star metric when product becomes too overloaded by functions. So ChatGPT is still a chat. It's easier to track good actions. And let's say WhatsApp presumably again, has North Star metric as the number of messages which was sent. And Telegram presumably used to have the same metric. But now Telegram became too complex because you can do live, you can make a group, you can make a channel, and it's already influencers come there, and now they have bots, now they have apps. So too many useful actions, which is out of just messages, you know? That's why it's not suitable. This metric is not suitable for them anymore. And in this moment of life for Telegram, it's good to use DAO as a metric. So general rule, I would say, is if you don't have the better metric and DAO is important for you and you have too many good signs, good triggers in the product, what people can do, you can use DAO. But there are some exceptions as well. For example, I used to work at Yandex Images and we didn't use DAO. You know why? Because our auditory was already so big that it didn't grow. Doesn't matter if we did amazing product or even more amazing. We already were the leaders of the market, so it was more users than our competitors had. So it doesn't make sense to track DAO as a North Star because it wouldn't change much. So the metric should be changeable. It should be sensitive at somehow.
It depends on the stage of the growth of the product itself. Whether we at the beginning, it's more about activation, engagement. Yeah, if we talk about ripe product, it's more about retention.
Yeah, it can be. Yes, depends on the stage as well.
Okay, thank you. The next question. Are metrics and success criteria usually a part of the product sense interview rather than part of the following execution interview?
Oh, it's a very good question. Yes and no. So usually you need to mention something about metrics, but not too deep. So ideally, it depends on the time. Metrics are in the end. So if you have some time, you can show that you know about metrics more. But basically, they can ask you, or you can mention that success criteria here is this and this and this, or maybe only one target metric, and that's all. So, but yes, it's absolutely, like you're absolutely right. Metrics are not the focus of this interview. Nobody will torture you with questions regarding the metrics. It's just the high level understanding that you know how to measure the success. And here I wanted to hear that it will be by A/B test in products such as ChatGPT. I wanted to hear it from the candidate.
Okay, thank you. The next question. Is it really worth it to invest time in aligning on the gist of the product? In our example, ChatGPT.
Sorry, say it again. Invest in what?
Invest time in aligning on the gist of the product.
What is
Is it does it make sense to invest a lot of time in order to clarify to discuss the sense of the product? So in our example, ChatGPT.
Yeah, I think, as I mentioned, it's good to mention, but it should be very briefly because of lack of time. So I would mention it make more sense if you're talking about products which are not so clear. If you're not talking about like Airbnb, Instagram, and something super famous. So like in this case, I wouldn't maybe say anything, or if you're going to say, I would say just one sentence very briefly. But it was very, I mean, like it's always a trade-off, right? Because Nadine invested her time and explained very good, and that's why he made a very good impression of her as a product manager in the beginning, which is very important as well, you know, because the first impression is important. But yes, you're losing the time which you can use for other stuff. So yes, you need to balance it for yourself. It depends.
Okay. Thank you. And the last question, I don't know if it applies to our topic directly. So how does ChatGPT differ between a good answer and not so good? Do I understand correctly that you are asking about how ChatGPT works?
Yeah, I didn't get
Because
the
from my understanding, this applies to the work of ChatGPT and not so much to our topic. But maybe I'm mistaken.
I'm very happy that we had some very valuable questions, like guys, thank you so much for these questions because it was very very specified, like not very broad or high level, but very good questions which people often ask, and I'm happy that you had exactly this. I like it the last one regarding because from I when I was preparing to product sense interview, I saw plenty of videos. I think I watched everything that it was possible, and people often recommend to explain to like, oh, let's put us on the same page. Instagram is the product, like when people can share their pictures with friends. Like, do I understand correctly? And yes, for me, sometimes it sounds like a cringe. Yes, you understand correctly. We all know what is Instagram. But at some points, sometimes people fell into the mistake that, let's say I don't use Instagram too much and they ask me about Reels and I don't know how it works. So I think the good balance here is to understand clearly the CGM. So to understand how it works. Here, in this case, maybe if I would answer it, I would put us on the same page in terms of how onboarding works like now, right now. If you're asking me, like improve onboarding, like do they have any? Do they have some problems, right? So like I think I would try to understand this kind of stuff because it's important. So like basically here, like on the clarifying questions, we need to understand constraints, as Nadine asked, and to understand um, everything, like all specific of the question of the product. So do not have gaps to have understanding how it works.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing the information. Maybe I think we can wrap up our meeting because it's almost 2 hours. Yeah, thank you so much for this meeting, for the stream, and many apologizes for those who had to wait until the start. I promise that the next time it won't happen. And I currently found this magic button to start the stream. um, so my question, I have one question to Olga. Can we share probably this list of the product sense criteria? So maybe then our participants can then use it
Yeah,
for the purpose of their
of course we
application.
can share. Like I need to confess that it was made in 5 minutes with ChatGPT. Honestly, I just corrected it a bit, so I wouldn't say that it's a perfect criteria. Like if I had a bit more time, I would correct it significantly. But as a base, yes, of course we can share. And yeah,
Okay,
I
sure.
think like we can share even like as is, like with answers.
Mm, yeah, sure. We can do this, and I think this is a good um, addition to the video. So some people probably may want to watch the video and then go through the criteria. And maybe they can do this exercise the following way. So they listen to the question, then they can practice by themselves.
Yeah, sounds
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you again.
yeah.
Hopefully it was useful, and I wish you all the best in your career path and your job search for anyone who is in job search.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So,
And especially thank you, Nadine, for your courage to do it publicly out loud. I think it's
yeah,
super cool. Yeah, and I'm very impressed how you tackled it. It wasn't easy. It's not easy type. I would say personally that it's one of the most difficult type of the interview. So I'm super proud of you. You did an amazing job. Thank you so much. And thank you so
Okay.
much, guys, that
yeah.
you were
Thank
watching
you.
and stayed at us for almost 1 hour, 2 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
True. Yeah, thank you and have
Bye.
a nice evening. Bye.
Thanks.